thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video. In this video, I'm installing railing on a porch I just built. I've now used this railing to update the railing on my house, a new deck, and now this porch. If you have a project on your to-do list that needs railing, then hopefully this video gives you that push you need in order to tackle it. It's so easy you won't know why you put it off for so long. The system I'm going with is called Titan Railing, and I'm gonna start by prepping my rails. These are the horizontal pieces that make up the finished railing. These pieces need to get connectors added to them to later receive the balusters, which are gonna be the vertical black pieces. The box in which the balusters come in is actually a template for the layout. It has arrows marking off every 4 inches, which does meet code. I mark it off with a pencil and then drive in a screw with a connector at every single mark. Bring them out, bring them out. That black part is a new addition to their system since I last used it, and it's a plastic guard that will keep moisture off any of the flat surfaces, which would otherwise collect water. I repeat this for every pair of railing I need, then set them aside. Now I will prep the post to receive the railing. You typically see people toenail in rails, which is an alright way to do it, but Titan has come out with a more simple and brilliant solution. This connector is made up of 2 mating parts that interlocked when slid together. You start by taking them apart, then screw part A to the post where you want your rail. You can use a hammer to tap it into place to hold it while you screw it. Now you can measure the exact distance in between the connectors. Cut the railing to length, then add part B of the connector to the end by screwing it in place. Next, the two can come together. Each railing section should pop right into place by sliding both sides down evenly. You can typically hear a click when it's seated all the way. The bottom rail has the connectors pointed up and the top has them pointed down. So I connected all of the railing for all of the sections, and you can see just how quickly you can cover ground on this project. Now I could start filling it in. This snap and lock system is simply the coolest. It's so simple and smart. I updated the look of my house and installed it on my new deck a few years ago, and it's still holding up great. The balusters are made from powder-coated aluminum and the connectors are polycarbonate, so they will handle extreme temperatures, and they're also UV protected. Each spindle is gonna get 2 flanges facing opposite directions. You have to put them on before you put in the spindle. Pop, pop, simple as that. And then this flange is keyed to where you rotate it until it pops into place, and then it seats down and then seats up. Repeat. To finish it off, the last thing to go on is the top cap. This is a horizontal piece that is screwed directly to the 2x4 top rail. And I typically wouldn't screw these down like this and see the screw, but part of the new addition is a plastic guard for this top horizontal surface as well. So these screws will get covered up by me simply slipping the guard right on top. There it is. Nice. Again, another clever feature. They incorporated a track in the center in which a piece is removed before you attach it. Then it's put back to cover up the screws. I use the butt of my hammer to push it back into place. And in less than, I think it was 2 hours, we have finished railing. I love the incorporation of the plastic guards on the 2 horizontal surfaces. This will give years of additional life to any railing, and I think it looks sharp. Now that was just a straightforward in one line railing install. They also make connectors for diagonal railing. So let me show you how to install those. The first thing you want to do is get your dimension on setting where the railing needs to go. And it doesn't matter where you take this measurement from, as long as it's consistent from one post to the next. So on these, I actually measured from the top of the post down before cutting it, but you could also go from this step up, as long as whenever you go to your other post, you go from the same point. So I'm going from this step up. Make a mark, and then you can pop a chalk line, and then that's going to give you the height that you need to set the bottom rail. You can also do that in order to find the top diagonal here. Cut it with a circular saw. Now that I have this chalk line, I'm going to hold Next, the end hardware is placed on just like before, but one thing to watch for. On this is gonna not accept this long screw without punching through, but they provide short screws for these applications. So just make sure you're paying attention to the wood and switching up your screws. Pop those into place, then mark off the baluster spacing. On the traditional railing, that spacing is 4 inches and you can use the box as a layout, but whenever you're going at a diagonal, we're actually gonna move to 5.5 inch spacing. So I already found center of my board and I'm gonna go 2 3/4 one way and 2 3/4 the other way. Whenever pre-drilling for these, instead of going in straight like the traditional railing, you need to go in at this diagonal that the screw needs to set in. So with that, whenever I go here, you can start the bit and then lean it over. So unlike the traditional railing, how these baluster clips can go in any orientation, whenever they're mating with the diagonal ones, there's actually a key on them to where they can only go in, to where these 2 points go into these 2 holes. So you can pop it together first, then insert the screw into the center, and now it can be placed into the different locations. Then everything else from here is the same. Pop in the balusters and twist the caps until they seat all the way.